All right, so where is our Royalq? So my friends, that yesterday I took time to expand the difference in the risk types. I'm sure right now we have some people that are now familiar with the risk types. You know when to apply which type of risk type, okay? Which type of risk are you supposed to go in with what we call the radical or conservative or the steady one. When you apply those ones, I believe now we have some people, if you didn't attend that session, you can go back and go through them so that you don't make mistakes that will get your capital stuck, because we are trying by all means to understand how Royalq was designed and making sure that we get the best out of this tool, because for sure we have confirmed that this tool really pays. This tool is amazing. This tool can make you a millionaire in dollars. So after confirming that, we are now able to surely do things in a better and fantastic way. Now, today, I'm going to look at I want us to look at this part here of first buy-in amount and margin configuration once again. Yes, the margin configuration and first buy-in amount. All right. First buy-in amount, margin call limit, and margin configuration. Those three things. So this is the page. This is how the page looks like. All right. So I believe that everything is clear on your phone. Now let me share this. So we have on your phones, if you are able to see clearly, we have on top there, we have the first buy-in amount. So what I want to share is how do we calculate depending on the capital we have, okay? Coach, I have capital of $100. This is my capital. How do I calculate my first buy-in amount, FBA? Okay. How do I calculate my first buy-in amount? I have capital of, for example, let's say I have capital of 1,000. I think the one for 1,000 is almost the same with the one for this thing we are going to fight. Yeah, and it. The plane goes the don't laugh at me. So I have capital of $500. How do I calculate my first buy-in amount? Coach, I have capital of $1,000. Okay. How do I calculate my first buy-in amount? So this is very important. This is what I want us to tackle this evening. Now, the first buy-in amount, we say in the martingale strategy board, if you are using the martingale strategy, we want to ensure that we enter the market with a small amount of money, and then we continue adding more money in the market as the time goes. So previously I've been sharing with you that depending on the capital you have to make sure when you are calculating the first buy-in amount, you are having it in mind that the second, all the purchases, all the positions that are going to be opened, you are going to double them. So the minimum first buy-in amount that one can start with, we learned that it is $5. Okay? So $5 is the minimum first buying amount that you can start with. So, depending on the profit you want to collect or the goal, what is the goal? What is your trading goal? If your trading goal is to make profit, some people will feel like putting first buying amount as $5. It will be more like you are losing money. You are losing out on taking much more profits. Okay, and then there are those who will say, okay, for me, coach, I will go for $6. Some will go for $10. Okay, if your goal is to collect more wins, which I always keep repeating, you are going to use even small what, but stay consistent, because consistency is the key. Consistency, making sure that you are consistent in your approach is the key. When you get into a trade and it sells, even if you have taken profit from only $6 or $10, it is okay. Get into another trade and you are going to be able to collect more profit than your capital getting stuck in the market. All right. So now, this is what we are going to do. We want to get, let me first remove this. Let's remove this. This is what I'm going to suggest to you. Okay? This is what I'm going to suggest to you. You have capital $500. Okay? You can say, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put $50 as an example on first buy in amount. Okay? Why am I putting $50? Because many of you have been complaining, coach, when I enter the coin with the $10 or $5, when the market go up, the profit I take is very small because I'm taking it from only $5. With the martingale strategy board, we want after we enter the market to go down first before it goes up. Are we together? So if the market just goes up after we enter it, this simply means the robot won't enter our money, our capital into the market. So the only amount that will go in is the little money that was in the first buying amount. So if you feel, no, for me, coach, I want to take profits, this is what you do. Then do this. You can put $50 on first buying amount. So how much is left? You are left with the 450. Now, this 450, it means position number 2, okay? Or margin call 1. Margin call 1, the robot is going to enter the market with $100. Then margin call 2, excuse me. Margin call 2, the robot is going to enter $200 in the market. Is that so? This is the 100 plus 100. That is, it means you are going to enter, this is a total of 350. We wanted to enter with, $400. So you can reduce the number of margin call, increase the first buying amount. When you are doing this, you have to increase the size of the drop. Make sure you increase the percentage of this drop to something much bigger, not in the negative 3.5. I don't know if it's anyone getting what I'm saying. Am I confusing you people? It's You know, I'm still excited.
I'm not getting. Yes. Come and repeat again. Yes.
I'm still
From
excited.
50 to 450. Where do you get the 100? Because I saw you writing 100 there. And why do you jump 100 to 200? There I'm not getting.
Okay, let's repeat. Let's repeat, Arima. Everybody, everyone, I want you to look at the screen. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Arima says I'm confusing her. Let's remove everything. Arima, when we do our first buy in amount, what I'm trying to give you is a strategy that will make you, but this is for people who have capital. If you don't have capital, if your capital is small, stick to what I've been teaching you. But I'm saying, if I have my capital, for example, $500, and I want to enter one coin. Okay? And I feel like putting, let's say, $5 as my first buying amount. Okay? So if you want, you feel like putting $5 first buying amount as I believe, Arima, you know what first buying amount mean now. If you feel like putting first buying amount, small amount, because people feel like, if I put first buying amount small, and then the market just rises after I enter, and it doesn't go down to buy my other positions, it means out of my $500 capital, I will make profit from only $5. The one that the robot had bought, because after you entered, the market didn't go down to buy the other position. It just rose. It just rose. So this is what you can do. You can say, instead of many drops, when I said drops, I mean from the point where you enter the market. So the point where you enter the market, we are going to assume is somewhere here. You enter the market from this point. This is where you've entered the market from. And you have used it out of your capital. Okay, before I show you how much. This is, I'm assuming this is your entry point. The coin is trading at $100 per coin. So this is the price. Okay? This is the price of the coin. And after you enter it, you are saying, okay, maybe this is in a bearish. You use this strategy when the market is down, in a bear market. When you know that this coin is not going to go down so much for me to have my other position is bought. It won't go down for a long time. So if you $500 initially would allow you to buy, let's for example say, if you use the first buying amount, let me remove here. If you use the first buying amount of let us say $15 out of 500, it simply means the second position is going to require you. It is going to enter, the robot is going to enter $30. Then the third position, it will buy for 60. Then the fourth position, it is going to buy for 120. Okay. Then fourth position. Is it the fourth one? This is going to be the sixth margin call. It is going to buy for 240. So if we are to add 30 plus 60, that is 90, plus 120, how much is that? People who do mathematics.
210.
210 plus 4 plus 240.
460. 450.
450. So if you add the first buying amount, it means you have been able to open, if you add first buying amount, is going to be 465. So in total, this is how much you have been able to enter in the market, opening up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 5 margin calls. Now, in this case, you can say, if I want to take something bigger, instead of opening so many margin calls, I am going to, one, increase my first buying amount, because I'm not sure, looking at this market, the coin may not go down for the robot to buy more, to open more margins or to enter more money in the market. So in this case, you can be clever and say, I will do this. Out of the $500, I will put, for example, excuse me. Out of the $500, first buying amount, I will use it. Let me see if we use $50. I'll use $50 first buying amount. Then instead of opening 5 positions, 5 more positions, instead of opening 5 margin calls, since your capital is small, you are going to do this. You can reduce and say, I am going to open maybe 3. But on one condition. On one condition. If you are opening more, if you are using this approach, the condition is, number 1, you should back check that this coin you are entering is for sure in, it is in bear, it is down. Number 2, use big drops. Use big drops. Use big drops. So the difference between the percentage from the first position to the next position should be big. Are we together? Maybe negative 15. And here you put negative 20. So first margin call, it is going to be bought when the market drops with 15%. Second margin call will be made when the market drops with 20%. But maintain the double up strategy. So here, the market, if it drops with 15%, the robot will enter $100. If it drops again with 20%, the robot will enter $200. Alimamai, are you getting the point now?
Yes, I'm with you, coach. I'm getting.
Okay. So what is the advantage of this strategy? The advantage is after buying, if the robot, if the price of the market, the coin doesn't go down, for the robot to buy the next margin call, and it goes up, at least you can make money. This is now for the lazy who can't keep entering the coin. So let me be assuming this. Let's put our line here. Another one here. Hey, I don't know where you will survive me from, because now I'm for luxury. I'm very, very luxurious. Eh? You see that? So first buying amount, you have put $50. Second position, you are entering it with $100. So second position, $100. First position, $50. Third position, $200. So on where there is the margin call limit, what number are we supposed to put there if you are following me? In this strategy, some of you are very good at cramming things. Here you don't cram. How many of us can tell me with this strategy, what are we supposed to put on first on the margin call limit? What are we supposed to put on margin call limit? What are we supposed to put on margin call limit? What are we supposed to put on margin call limit? Gilbert is saying 5. What are we supposed to put on margin call limit? We are supposed to put 2. Arima, margin call limit is 2. We have opened 3 positions, yes. But the first position is first buying amount. The second position is the margin call number 1. The second position is the margin call. No. I've wrote the margin call wrong place. So this is margin call number 1. This is margin call number 2. And the difference between this one and this one is what we call the drop. Margin call drop. The difference, the distance from this drop here, I mean from this first position, for the robot to go and buy the second one, this is what we call the margin call drop. I hope now. Are you getting now the lesson clear? Is the lesson now making sense with this technology added?
Yes, we are getting, coach.
Huh?
We are getting.
You should clap for coach now. Huh? Now I'm able to show you things clear. When you go in margin configuration, when you open your app and you open margin configuration, you will see somewhere margin call drop. You will see somewhere margin call drop. So that margin call drop is the percentage from this purchase to the next purchase. So the percentage there, it can be negative 10, it can be negative 20. So this is what I'm saying. If you are going to use the approach I'm teaching you, make sure that the drops are big. Make sure the drops are big. Are we together? The advantage of this one is that if the market leaves this point where you entered it from, okay, maybe you bought each coin at $10. You opened the position and each coin was trading at $10. This is the price. Okay. And after you entered, the coin just rose. It just went up. So you are going to take profit from the money this money here, you will take profit of who? Let's say, I've always advised you, utilize 22%. If you've taken too much, take 3%. Okay? A master is asking, how do you determine the drops, the percentage? Well, if you are not using the, how do you determine the percentage? I taught this yesterday. This is what I was saying. When you back check the coin Mama Stella, it gives you, if you are not using the default one, because now it means you are going to leave the default one. But guys, don't use this thing I'm teaching you if you are patient. If you are patient, utilize the system of Royalq. It is just perfect. What is this now? It is just what? It is just perfect. And don't use this if your capital is very small. If your capital is what?
It's very small.
It's very small. If your capital is small, stick to what I taught you the other day. All right. Let me quickly close the meeting with one thing that I thought I should pass. What is the advantage of using the Royalq settings, the default setting, double up strategy? There is one advantage I want to highlight for you. When the robot enters $5, okay, let's say $15 in the market, and the market doesn't go down, it goes up. We have seen that you will make profit from DC. You will make profit from that $15. Your problem is, coach, I'm using capital of 1,000. The robot has just entered $15. So some of us who are chasing profit, we feel like that is a loss. We have lost out on profit, but that is not how you are supposed to think. You are supposed to think, what if I entered this coin and I had put more money here? I removed my shock absorbers. Shock absorbers are margin calls. I removed my shock absorbers, put a lot of money on the first buying amount. And instead of the market going down, going up like I thought it would, it went down. Now, if this market is going to go down up to 60% negative, and for you, your capital will only finish from this point of, let's say, 20%. It means the remaining 40%, you will be negative and you will have to wait until the market rise from this dip it has gone into. I don't know if someone is getting what I'm saying. But let us say you look at the market on a bigger picture instead of a smaller picture. What do I mean? Don't look at the market to collect profit for one day. If you are not looking for money for today, approach the market in this way. Tell yourself, I have set a goal. I want to make, with my $1,000 capital, my goal this month, I want to make 20% of my what? Of my capital, which is going to be $200. You can even say, $300. This is your goal. Are you with me? Give me a one if you are getting what I'm saying. You have set a goal, you want to make a certain amount of money. You want to make a certain amount of money. Your capital is $1,000. And you are having a goal to make by the end of the month, not by the end of the day, not by the end of one trade, not by the end of tomorrow. By the end of the month, I have set a goal to make 40% of my capital, which is going to be $400. Now do this for me. After understanding that your goal is $400, in fact, let me put it 300. I'm going to tell you why. So if you have $1,000 or even $100, now people who have small capital, the way they want to make profits, you can wonder. So a person with $100 capital, he can set a goal, I want to make $30 in profit. So this is what you do. Let's stick to the one of 1,000 to bring out our calculation very well. You are going to decide and say, in first buying amount, I'm going to enter the market. I will be entering the market with how much? We are going to put there. We are going to put there, let us say $20. Okay? So it means we are going to open how many positions? If our capital is 1,000, we are going to open, the second position will cost us $40. Okay? $40. The third position will cost us $80. The fourth one will cost us $160. The fifth one will cost us 300 and what? Is this 300 and this can be 320? Yes. So how much is this in total? Can someone add for us? This is what I would do if I were you trading this $1,000. How much is it? So I think the first buying amount we have done, we have made it big. We can utilize, let's utilize $10 and see how that can go. Let's utilize $10. We shall utilize $10. We shall utilize $10 as our first buying amount. Okay. So our first buying amount, we shall put $10. So when the market drops, the robot will enter 20, 40, okay? Then we shall have there 80. We shall have 160. And I think we shall have another drop here, which is going to be 320. Am I right on that? I think so. So we have 320 plus 160 Just still overtaken my what I want. So let's make it. Let's make first buy in amount $8. So here on the margin call number 1, it will be how much? Margin call number 1, it will be 16. This is going to be 32. And then we shall have here 64. Okay. 64 by 2. 64 by 2. That gives you 64 by 2. That gives you 128, sorry. And then we are going to have here 256. Now, if we add these figures, 256 plus 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16. Okay? Yeah, this works for us, plus 8. So this person's capital is going to be, gonna be total capital
156.
Are you sure? 150 what?
56.
Total capital is going to be 500. In this particular coin, $504. And you are going to buy margin call 1, margin call 2, margin call 3, margin call 4, margin call 5. So you buy 5 margin calls. So here's the thing. If the market has dropped after you entered it with $4, Arima and everyone, if the market did not drop, for you, first of all, you calculate, if I am going to be taking, we want to achieve this goal at the end of the month, $300. If I'm going to be taking 3% of $8 in case the market didn't drop, if I entered that coin and the market didn't drop, it means I'll collect a profit of if you take 2%, that is how much? I'm just showing you this to show you that if you are consistent at the end of the month, you will hit your goal without any struggle. You are going to hit your goal without any struggle. So, if we are collecting 2%, remember, we are looking at someone using $1,000. So it means that person can double this capital times 2 to give him a total of $1,008. Use $1,008. Now, our profit is 0.16. It looks small. Yes, I do agree. But this is what is going to happen. You can be compounding that money, but beside compounding, I'm just assuming you are using this capital very well. You will be entering 2 coins. Enter 2 coins at the same time. With your $1,000, it means first buy in amount, you'll be playing with $16 in total. But When the robot go down and buy margin call number 2, margin call number 3, margin call number 4, margin call number 5, you are safe. Oh, I don't know if someone is going to get what I'm saying. You will be collecting most of the days, most of the trades during that month. You will be collecting small profit. However, you can pump in a day and say, even if I'm collecting small profit, but I'm going to be entering the coins consistently. So when the coin sells, you go back again, buy it, or buy another coin and collect the profit, the small profit. You can do that as many times as you want. Why? Because you have your guts on. In case the coin go down, listen, if the coin go down, okay, and it buy our first margin call, it entered this $16 in the market. It buys the second margin call, it entered this $32 in the market. It buys the third margin call, it entered the 64, it entered the 128, it entered the 200 and we are just floating maybe 2% or 5%. Because we have done what we call the dollar cost averaging. When the market rises this time around, from where it has gone, you will be the happiest that day. Because when the market rises, you are now going to make profit of $500 this time around. So that one trade that you will enter, these trades are going to be there during the month. You can have these ones, maybe 10 of them in a month. And then the remaining days, the remaining trades, you are collecting small profit. And then you collect a big one. You collect a small, you collect a big one. You collect small consistently. So the days when the market is down, you are not going to be collecting small. Why? Because the robot is going to be going down to buy. The days when the market is good for the coin that you are trading, it simply means you are going to be repeating to buy. When the robot, give me a one if you are getting what I'm saying. When the robot sells, maybe some days it will go, some days it will buy the first buying amount, buy the first margin call, and buy the second margin call. Then it takes off, it goes up. So it means the profit you are collecting are going to come from first buying amount, first margin call, and second margin call. And then you make some good money. Then some trades, you are going to enter them. Then the robot will go. It will go down and buy up to the third margin call. Then it rises. You are taking profit from this one, from this one, from this one, and from the first buying amount. Are we together? And then there are those trades where the market will go down to the last margin call, and then it goes up. That day will be a Christmas. So here, this kind of trading, you are not only making money, but you are safeguarding your capital. And all the time you will be trading. All the time you will be making profit. All the time you will be sharing your testimony, your results on the group that are making money. And your capital is safe. This is what the majority of people will do. They would rather put a lot of money on the first buying amount. Okay? They would rather put a lot of money on the first buying amount. Excuse me. So they would rather put a lot of money on the first buying amount. They have capital of 1,000. they put 500 here. Okay? So our first margin call is somewhere here. And then they would put small margin calls. So they would put small margin call of maybe $100. I would get $100, $100, $100, $100. So when the market go against them, and they make it even worse. They make it even worse. How? The drops are small. So you can put 1%, 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%. So altogether, this drop here, when you look at it, it is 2 plus 2, 4, plus 2, 6, 8, 10, 9%. So when the market drops with 9%, the money finishes. If it continues going down up to 50%, that person is going to be in floating loss of 41%. You are just there waiting for the market to go down, to go up. And even this money is stuck. So I hope you've learned something today. I'm not going to stretch it any further. If you didn't understand something, you can go on my YouTube channel, Ashraf K. Kasinde, subscribe, like and comment, and also share. You'll be able to get this information there. Otherwise, it's been great to share with you this evening. If there is any question, I think we can take it. Otherwise, thank you so much. Tomorrow we shall have a new user Royalq orientation. Okay. Thank you so much. Let me give the microphone to V2 Dr. Jairus as my co-host to close up the meeting. Thank you, Doc, and have a good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Coach, for the wonderful explanation. And I think the training has been recorded, so we can go behind the scenes.